Welcome to another episode of Middle-Age Anglophone, Anglosplains French History, the Louvre edition. So yes, I'm coming to you from the Louvre, and what we're looking at right now is the foundations of the medieval Louvre, the original castle built by Philip II in the late 12th and early 13th century. This is part of his overall defensive program as he was preparing for Crusade. So I mentioned the walls he built. As part of that defense, he then built on the right bank where we are now, the medieval Louvre. Castle was meant as defensive. It was not a residence. It was meant as a protective castle in Paris. The modern Louvre is quite a bit, I think, if I got my directions, a little bit west of this. So the Louvre that we see today is it's sort of shifted away from the foundations. But anyway, so these are the foundations. What we're looking at here in this direction would have been the keep, and we are standing in the original moat. So this is where, so that's center column of stone would have been part of the drawbridge or support for the drawbridge. We're in the moat, and then over here would have been the other defensive wall protecting the Louvre. Interesting about the Louvre, part of it is on the Ile de la Cité, the Merovingians had built their palace and had sort of fortified themselves on the island. What we're seeing here is the shift, again, just like with the Romans, the shift sort of away, centering out of the island into the right bank as Paris continued to grow. And so in many ways the Louvre represents the sort of western expansion of Paris as it moved up the right bank, both sort of north and west. As I said, the Louvre was originally meant as a fortification. It was not a residence. It was not, like most medieval castles, it would have been damp, cramped, dark, very, very uncomfortable. And so it's not really surprising that as time went on, particularly with the French Renaissance, that the medieval Louvre became increasingly sort of abandoned. Also, as France became more peaceful, so as particularly the Renaissance kings under the Valois, Francis I, Henry II, Henry III, the medieval Louvre became very much, again, obsolete, much like Philip's walls, and eventually was torn down as what we see as the present-day Louvre was being built on top of it. But I think it's cool that we still have remnants of that medieval Louvre, which you can still see here. And it gives you a sense of, again, the scale of this castle as you come around. It wasn't small, and again, it demonstrates, I think, the power of the early Capetian monarchy as they were also in the process of state building. And this was, I think, would have been a massive statement to the nobility and the feudal lords that Philip was definitely a powerful enough king to sort of command this type of fortification to defend Paris. So this is, I'll say, part one, end of part one of Middle-Age Anglophones, Anglosplains French History, the Louvre edition. I'll see you at the second part, and we'll just finish off with a quick tour of the rounded towers as we are hopefully not drowning in the moat.